Hello, my name is David Webb, and this is a video for Dweebovision. I am a Scrabble grandmaster, and in this video I am going to play Scrabble while providing in-game commentary on my moves. Hopefully this will help to improve your game, and be fun to watch. The game has just started, so let's join the action. It's my opponent to go first. I have a blank. I've got way arters, with the blank as another A. What else do I have? Well, I may have Wistaria through a floater. Phi doesn't take anything in front or after it, so does Wayatas play in column 7 or 8? Yes, it does. So I can play it down here. What would be better than this would be a play ending in Y or beginning with Y. And I've got away as an ending, and with away I've got ITS blank. Gosh, what about this away? This away and that away. Not confident about that. 72 points for Wayata. I think I will go with the word I'm sure of. I draw a lot of vowels. This looks quite familiar from my previous game where I played U, Ui, through a floating U. And that's a shame because Wayatas has set up two very nice hotspots of triple letter squares next to vowels, but I need a high scoring tile to take advantage of that. So in the absence of a floating U, what can I do with this rack? I certainly would like to play off an O and a U. How can I do that? I'm looking at the W to see if I can play in row E. So I could play allow, A-L-O-W-E. This does retain the U, but the U is softened by the O because they have synergy. Only 16 points and a 3-vowel keep. It would be nice to do better than that. Do I have anything? Well, do I have anything down column 8? A 5-letter word beginning next to the S of Wayatas. I don't have the tiles for Orloy. I don't think I do have a 5-letter play in that spot. So, can I play off my U? I note that it can play next to AY. No, I think I am going to go with allow. This opens up a lot of hotspots. If I pick a high-scoring tile, I ought to be able to score well next go. Great, I pick up the X. Daux is good. I can play exude at A8 down. Or doxy or oxide in the same spot, but those keep the U. And exude also plays at D1 across. I've got a 40-point lead at the moment, thanks to my early bingo. Now, is there a play in row F which places the X underneath the O of allow? I don't think there is. Now I can play Oxide in column 8 at the bottom, making So and Oxide. That's the big scoring play I was looking for. That's going to be over 60 points. And hopefully the other hotspots in and around Allow will attract my opponent. Allow, I don't think, takes anything after it. Doxy could also play at D8 in row D. So there's certainly plenty of places where I can play. Now, is there a play at the bottom of column 8 which uses the U? XU doesn't work because SE is no good. I think Oxide is the only really high-scoring play I've got available. My opponent's taking a while with his move, so he may be close to a bingo, or simply have a very difficult rack. Great, my spot has not been taken. And has my opponent provided anything better? No, I don't think he has. So I can play Oxide down here. This is going to keep the board open and keep hotspots available, which is quite nice when I'm ahead. I should be able to keep scoring. So Oxide, 65 points. That's as good as a bingo. And this looks close to a bingo. I'm not sure I have a 7, but this looks a pretty bingo-y set of tiles. I'm looking at the D of Oxide to see if I have a play through that. I've got the un prefix. Well, this looks good. I've also got the L of Allow, which is available. Can't see anything through that. I can't see a 7-letter bingo with this rack. Now, what about unbraced? That sounds plausible, and it's going to score a lot. It's playable just when my opponent's blocked it. What a shame. And he's provided no new floaters. But he has provided an easy way to offload my U and my B and leave a decent rack leave. Nice bingo by my opponent. So I can play curbs here for 36. Slight vowel preponderance in the leave, but A and D are the two best vowels. Am I missing a bingo with this rack? It would be annoying to miss one. Well, not that I can see, and curbs is a pretty good score. I have renege, and that plays in row C, making aim and gi. And I've got dungaree in row N, so I am bingoing. This board is quite open. I've also got renege in column 10, making mere. And I've got renege in a different spot in row C, making EME. And the benefit of playing there is that the word will get doubled. Enrange is good. So through an N, I would have that. I've now got a 60-point lead, but my opponent is on turn, so that's going to shrink. But I will then be bingoing. And there's still one. I was going to say there's still one blank available. Yes, there is. I thought for a moment I saw that both had been played, but it's just the A of Wayatas. Uneager is good as a 7. So it's Uneager and Renege. 32 points for my opponent. Ulzi takes nothing in front, so row A is not available. My Renege spot is available here. And that scores 73 points. I'm looking in column 11 to see if I've got a play parallel to Ulzi, but Miz doesn't take any of the tiles on my rack. I think it just takes the Z after it. Yep, and neither Renege or Uneager plays next to the I of Ulzi. So I think this is the best that is available. Wow, pretty good. I've got Voiture. Not sure if that plays anywhere. I'm just looking in column 9 to see if it plays parallel to Oxide. And it doesn't. So, does Voiture have any anagrams? And does it make an 8-letter word with any floaters? A shame to have a bingo and not be able to play it. I've got the over prefix, but then TIU is pretty ropey. Well, that's a shame. My opponent has not provided an opportunity to play Voiture in column 1. So am I missing something? Through an S I would have Virtuosi. I don't think Voiture has an anagram. There's not too many spots that I need to consider. So, in the absence of being able to play Voiture, what else can I do? I've got the out prefix. So I've got out and then I've got rive. I'm still looking for bingo. So out river I don't think is good. I've got just under 14 minutes left, so I'm okay on time. Now, I can't see a bingo. I don't think there is one here. So, I'm now looking at H1, which is a really hot spot. And what I'd like to do is play off the U and the V. Well, I can do that, and quite nicely I can play out Vi. And this turns over a lot of tiles, which is good because it expedites the end of the game, which I want to happen since I'm ahead. And given that there's a blank unplayed, this increases my chances of drawing it compared to playing off fewer tiles. So out by 39 points, that's actually a bigger score than I was expecting. I do not draw the blank. I have a pretty horrible rack. Through a P, I would have cough. There is the U of Ulzi available, but I don't think I can use that to good effect. I can place my Q at D1 or at M7 next to the I's of Crinoid and Oxide. So I do have a 20-point Q play. And that is a phony. I think my opponent was thinking of Odile. So, just looking around making sure there isn't a P available. There isn't, neither has been played. So do I want to play off my Q? I can do so for 21 points. But if I keep the Q, I know that I can still play it for 21 points, and I've also got the possibility of playing it through the U of Ulzi. And if I get an I, of which there's only one left, I would have Chi for a much bigger score. Well, what I need to do is consider how much I can score by keeping the Q. Well, nothing fabulous. Or is there? I'm slightly reticent about playing Chi because I'm keeping B, H, and W. Which is a lot of big tiles. I could play BOH in column 4 for about 29 points. Well, I think playing Chi is going to be better than that. And I think I'm going to play it down here because this obstructs bingo lanes slightly. And the other reason for playing the Q rather than playing the other tiles, if I play some of my other tiles, I'll be burning burning a vowel, and I'd rather keep hold of my one vowel. Great, I draw a vowel. And this makes the rack look a lot better. Only 17 points for my opponent. I could play Hobo in row F. In fact, I could have played that last go. Or Boho, even. Sorry, let me put this back. Neither of those is available. Yeah, can't see a way of playing OBA, OWA, or OHA with another high-scoring tile. So Hob is still available in column 4. I've got 9 minutes left. Through an E. Ah, wow. Is Behors good? Wow. If it is, this is a bingo. Very difficult with B words. A lot of them sound plausible. Behors. I think since I have a pretty good lead, I am going to try this, but I'm not 100% sure of it. 67 points. If it stays on, I've got a J. Just waiting for this to be challenged off. If it is challenged off, I can certainly score reasonably well with my high-scoring tiles. Great. It's either valid or not being challenged, and only 7 points for my opponent. Now, what can I do with this J? I've got 8 minutes left. My J is my only scoring tile. There are 16 tiles in the bag, which is quite a lot. Well, I can play Jeton. Oh, wow. Yes. Jeton's down here. It doesn't split up the duplicate R, but it's going to score masses. This is going to be a big, big score. So, 58 points. Is there another play which scores about the same and which keeps... Sorry, and which plays one of the R's? Well, not in that exact spot. I'm looking to play above Behors in row N. I could play Jeton, beginning with the above the O of Behors. but for about 20 or 18 fewer points, so I certainly prefer it in this position. There's only one R unseen. The R isn't the worst tile to be duplicated, although a triplicate R would be wearisome. Wow, I've got a bingo. I've got Terraire, and that plays as a double-double in column 11, and it also plays in column 3, making it and Oda. Well, that's a stroke of luck. Having kept 2 R's, I was not expecting to have a bingo. Now, does it play in column 15? J takes an A after it. No, Terraire does not play there. But certainly the double-double column in row 11 is going to be the best position for it. And the tiles that are left are really bingo-y. So it'll be interesting to see how many tiles my opponent plays. He's taken my fabulous spot and got 94 points. I still do have a bingo, but then I'm going to draw 4 tiles, so I'm not going to bingo again. Just checking to see if I can play parallel to Smarted, and I can't. So this is the spot that I've seen. It is going to get doubled. 75 points. Just quickly looking around the board to see if there's somewhere better. And I can't see anywhere. Not a good pickup. KLND. I was hoping to go out in 1. I'm not going to be able to do that. My opponent does not have a bingo. But he will probably go out in 2, but I'll know that as soon as he's played his first move. Nice play, 41 points. He's got PA, he can certainly go out. He can play Pan at A4, and he can play Pat at L12. So, what can I do with my K? Can I put it underneath the O of allow? No, I can't. I could put it at D1. I could play Kid and Ed. What else is available? I've got 6 minutes on my clock, so let me see what this scores. 16 points. So can I beat 16? I'm looking in column 4 to see if I can play through the N and the A. Can't see a way of doing that. It's always tempting to, well, to not spend the time finding the absolute best play, but one should. I'm looking at the O of Jetons to see if I can play that. My search is helped by the fact that I have no vowels, so I am reduced to looking at the vowels on the board. Just looking in column 6 to see if I can play a word beginning with the O and making Kif play like glonk, for example, but sadly that hasn't made it into the dictionary. Okay, I'm starting to give up. I can play con in row M through the O of Jetons, but that's not going to score more than Kid. But I feel quite strongly that there is a better move than Kid on this board. But it is not coming to me. Cap. Ooh, not good. Well, that's annoying, because I hadn't planned on having another go, and I don't think I have an out with L and N. Wow, what a shame. Is there an out with L and N? Really wasn't expecting my opponent to phony at that point. Well, I can play chin, which isn't an out. I don't think I can play out. Okay, I'll stick with chin for 13. Now, certainly if my opponent phonies again, I can play out in many spots. Wow, has he actually not gone out again? No, he hasn't. Okay, so what can I do with my L? I can play all for 3. Glop, 7. Odal, 6. I think I'll do this in my head for the rest. Yep, can't see anything better, so go back to where I played it before, which was here. Glop for 7. And that's the end of the game. Final score, 359 to my opponent, 560 to me, a winning margin of 201 points, so a massive, massive victory. Let's see what I missed. My opponents go first. I had Wayatas. This away was good. This away was good. That would have been nice. 92 points, and also Stairway. And look at the difference. I played Wayatas for 72. If I'd played This Away or Stairway, 92. So that was a huge difference, 20 points. That is a lot. Playing suboptimal bingos, because you're so pleased to play a bingo, you don't feel the pain of playing suboptimal plays as much as, for example, when you miss a bingo. But there it is in black and white. 20 points. 20 points miss. And I drew this pretty horrible rack. Allow looks like it was best. Oxide looks best. Nice bingo by my opponent. Now, did I miss a bingo here? Ooh, Unbrace was good. I saw Unbraced. Yeah. That is poor. Okay. Well, it was the only bingo playable in several spots, but having seen Unbraced, I should have given consideration to Unbrace, and I didn't. So what looked like a romping runaway victory has already contained significant errors. Dungaree and Reneg, those were the two plays I spotted. This is where Voiture wouldn't play. And Ouvert and Outvie both score the same, not much between those. Well, this was a tricky rack. Really wasn't sure what to do here. I don't think Ream is better than Chi. Only a 9-point differential, and Ream keeps the queue. So, just looking at those options, I think Chi is best. Behors was good. And Jetons for 58 looks best. Nice double-double bingo by my opponent. And I was able to come back with Terraire. Now, here, wow, Kid was the most points available. Although old score 17, my opponent ought to be going out with PA, so it's better to play off the K. I'm surprised there weren't better opportunities available. I didn't think that Kid was best. Now my opponent phonied, and Chin looks like it was best. And then my opponent played off just one tile. And finally, Glop for 7 was best. So a huge winning margin of about 200 points and a big score of in the mid 500. So satisfying for both of those reasons. Slightly disappointed with the missed bingo of Unbrace and the suboptimal bingo of Way Arters. But apart from that, I think it was a good game, and it was nice to have a game which was so wide open. The board, you can see the tiles are spread to the corners of the board. There are no staircases. Throughout the game, it felt like it was an open board with plenty of opportunities. And it doesn't mean that that's the best or the most enjoyable game of Scrabble to have, but you don't often get these wide open games. And if you've got a good vocabulary, it's nice to have a wide open game because it gives you the opportunity to play the words that you know. So I hope you enjoyed watching that game and got something out of it. My name is David Webb, and this has been a video for Dweebovision.